It's time for the Live Louder podcast. Hang on for the ride. This is going to be an amazing episode. Current events, music, and more. This half-hour episode is perfect for the on-the-go listener. So let's join the show already in progress. It's time to live louder.
I'm on go mode, no sleep. Chasing what they said I couldn't reach. Fuel in my veins, push, repeat. Vision so bright, got me feeling complete.
All right, we got for our top story today, we're talking about Spankings. I want to show you what's going on in Detroit, and we could always take a snapshot of a particular place, and we could say, well, yeah, there's obviously hooliganism that's going on. I think Fox News is probably accused of doing a lot of that. We're going to go to inner city Baltimore, to the worst street that we could find, and see this is what the Democratic legislation is getting done in our country and in our world. We could go to the slums in Chicago and show you the worst of the worst. And I'm not trying to do that, but what I am trying to say is that when we come to this subject matter of spanking, I want to say that there's something that goes alongside of just spanking that I think people have missed. And the word starts with a P. This is kind of like, what is that, Wheel of Fortune? I'm going to give you the first letter, and I'm going to fill in the blanks as we go along. And it starts with the word P. Can you guess what that word is? Spanking. I'm a proponent of spanking. Yes and amen. All day long. Spank 'em. But you know what we can't do? As foster parents, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, both special needs children, and all of our foster kids that we've had over this 18 and a half years now that we've been doing foster care, we can't spank them. There's a P word that I want to use in this episode that I think is going to bring this to light. But just humor me for a second. Engage the conversation if you want to. We got a lot on the pitch decks, and so I'll try to look at the comment section. If there's something that's there that we need to discuss, jump in. Are you for spanking? Are you against spanking? Just want to show you this and let you react to it in real time. And then probably I should give you a little bit of context. This is hood, and so if you need help with any of the translation of the slang, just jump in the comment section and ask me, what do they actually mean when they said this? I can help you out with that. But then also, this is a guy who's filming, and like these guys are known for doing this in this particular neighborhood. They're filming this. And there's a guy that's actually reporting this in the middle. He's got a camera and he's interviewing these guys. They are so brazen. They don't even care. They don't care that you're putting the microphone in front of them. They don't care, or they're not even smart enough to know that they're being filmed, and that even though they have T-shirts over their head, people can figure out who you are. People can figure out who you are. If Russia can rig elections in the United States of America, people can figure out who you are in your little do-rag. But nonetheless, I never claimed that people who were criminals were smart. They're just focused on their criminality. And so they're stealing this car and they're saying, look, we can steal any car that we want to, especially Kia. So if you drive a Kia or a Hyundai or a Hellcat, you probably need to look out, because there's special ways, there's formulas, there's notebooks out there. ChatGPT can tell you how to break into a particular car. Like, they know how to get into those cars very easily. So if you drive that kind of car and you're in this particular neighborhood, I would hasten you to take all of your personal belongings out before entering. And so they're just talking about, we steal cars. That's what we do. And here's their response to authority. When asked a question about the police, when asked a question about consequences, listen to what their response is. And that's why I'm showing you this.
Everybody be thinking they got cars for progress.
Just because we feel me, we take them kids, we know what I mean, you feel me? Everything SRT and
Just stop asking who them JTKs, we don't do it.
Yeah.
Do it. No,
So I gotta ask. I know you guys already said you don't care about the cops, you don't care about the feds, but they are watching this video. That doesn't make you worried at all?
Hey,
Hold on. If y'all watching,
Nah, I'm just telling you, he didn't even care. I don't have to hide behind a do-rag. I don't have to put anything over my face. I'm gonna look in the camera. This is how brazen. I'm gonna look in the camera and tell you, we still in your cars, and there's nothing you can do about it. We run these streets.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how Erskine does it. He leaves you right there on the edge of your seat. He'll be right back. But first, let's take a moment to say thanks to our sponsors. Nick Ripken Ministries, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Life Action Ministries, Holt International, and the ever-popular Dawn and Steve podcast. Thank you to you as well. Now let's get back to the show. The conversation is about to heat up.
Not my video. Again, I did the copyright. I did the fair use thing at the beginning of the show. I didn't create this video, but I'm just letting you see this video because, again, context matters. Just like we talked about with predestination, context matters. And since we're talking about spanking, I want you to know context.
Yo, come get us. We out here. Hey. We the ones that do it. Do it, man.
But, logically speaking, though, is the risk versus the reward?
Listen.
Yeah.
No risk, no reward.
It depends. No risk, no reward.
You feel me? They out of DPD. They old asses. They sick as hell.
Hell, still can't go cut.
We still digging the helicopter. Don't even think.
Man, bro.
Well, I mean, after what we did yesterday, this area isn't hot. It doesn't make it more dangerous.
The police know better. They don't chase.
Let them kill each other. We can handle it like men.
They need to stop chasing and go chase the and child. They worried about the wrong things. They need to go. You feel me? Get on the. That's really weird. Kids, missing kids, like people coming up missing. Like y'all worried about us getting money, feeding our family. We ain't trying to hear that.
So the justification, there's rapists out there, molesters out there, people who do awful things. Go get them. We're just out here doing our thing, hustling, as they would say on the street. We taking care of our families. We taking care of our business. Steal a little bit, pay a little bit, still a little bit more so we can pay a little bit. We're doing our thing in our own ecosystem. This is Lord of the Flies, folks. You can't make this stuff up. This is actual real. I don't need to search for real stories about the price of interest rates in England. That would have been a more popular show than what I'm talking about now. I have no idea how AI thinks it's smart. How did AI and the algorithm outsmart me on this one? Interest rates in England, as opposed to the clear and present danger of what's going on. Listen, the broader conversation that we are having today is one on parenting. Parenting. There's a P word, and it's not parenting. There's a P word that I'm going to use a little bit later on. Stay with me.
This is the dumbest, most ignorant thing that I've seen in a long time.
Okay, I agree. All right, I agree. Your comments, your thoughts, your suggestions, your commentary. I looked at it for just a second. I'm moving on. This is not unrelated, but it is a weird sort of sidebar. You know what? I'll do this. I'll do Buddy Brown, because I only agree with Buddy Brown half the time. But the half that I agree with him, I actually agree with him on. And, we may even have a guest appearance by yours truly at this point. But let's get to the kids who never got spanked. Spanked. I looked to see if there was anything that you guys had to say. You got nothing to say. And by the way, I really like that guitar. What is he playing? A Gibson? A Taylor. I think he has a Taylor. Yeah, he's playing a Taylor studio guitar. You know he got money. He's got like 1 million subscribers. That's why he can play a Taylor studio version guitar. All right. So let's listen to Buddy Brown sing. And again, I should put some kind of parental warning flashing on screen. I'm not saying bad words today, but he says a bad word in his song. But again, my views on bad words, and maybe your views on bad words, might be a little different. I think that in the context of what he's talking about here, it makes perfect sense. And it's the right word in context. We can talk about that in another episode, but I don't think Saving Private Ryan, if I'm watching that movie and the soldiers are running around saying, oh gosh darn, they shot me in the arm. Oh goodness. Heavens to Megatroid. Holy helicopter, Batman. Oh, they got me in the arm. It's going to be a very authentic movie. And thus, there are some things in life that are the book of Judges. I don't love it. I don't like it. It's not as it should be, but it's not as it will be in Christ Jesus. So here's Buddy Brown talking about spanking. I would bring a belt in, but that would give some of you guys trauma. Let's go.
For y'all today, it's gonna be the first song I preview for y'all off my new album Deep South, and it will hit late March or early April. So excited about this, but here's the deal, y'all. With this song right here, there needs to be more conversations between parents and kids that go like this. Now, son, I love you, but when I tell you to go do something, it ain't no conversation. All right? It's a yes, sir, and you go do it. It's as simple as that.
It's funny. I had the conversation with somebody yesterday that was saying, when did kids get to the place where they think that you're telling them to do something is a suggestion that they can meander around and like, hey, oh, that's a good suggestion. You told me to go clean my room, but how about I do this? No. And then this person was saying that they had told their kids because I told you so. And they said, when the kid told them, when I become a parent, I'm never going to tell my kids because I told you so. And he said, hang on a second. Let me grab my phone. I just want to record you saying, when I play it slow motion, when I become a parent, I will never tell my kids because I told you so. I'll play it back for you. This one may not age very well. All right. So here's Buddy.
If more parents took that approach, we wouldn't have these problems in America and all over the world. But here we are. So this song needs to be said, and I hope y'all like it. It's called Kids That Never Got Spanked.
We won't listen to the whole song, because I don't think I'm really allowed to listen to the whole song.
I see mugshots every night. Same stupid look there on their face. Like no one ever told them, son, you can't rob that bank, dumbass. Like no one ever told them, don't sell crack off of Main Street. I ain't nothing like them, 'cause daddy's belt loop sure could sing. And I see the world so clearly now that 30 years have passed. I deserve about every single whooping on my ass. And my old man never beat me, but that line was clear as day. Now the prison's overflowing with kids that never got spanked. Never got spanked.
Okay.
I bet some cat I'm wrong in his house as soon as he gets home. And the burglar's got a crowbar and it goes from bad to worse. Why don't you put that burglar in timeout? Let me know just how that works. Yeah, I see the world so clearly now that 30 years have passed.
That was a good lyric.
I deserve about every single whooping on my ass. My old man never beat me, but that line was clear as day. Now the prison's overflowing with kids that never got spanked.
All right. They never got spanked. It's Write Your Own Country Song About Kids Who Never Got Spanked Day. And as a result of that, your own, very own, yours truly has got, Buddy, if you're watching this today, which you should be, I think everybody watches this as a guilty pleasure. There's some kind of masking or cloaking thing that's going on that's making it seem like there's not a lot of people who are watching this, but I think that there's people. My Godin sounds just as good as your Taylor. Watch out for those people writing goofy parent books. They say that they don't spank their kids. Sorry, you got took. Your daddy ain't your mama, and your mama ain't your dad. Don't forget the parents and the blessing that you had that got spanked. Need to get spanked. Songs like this are funny. They can get some things right. The Bible says to spank your kids and they gonna be all right. They need to get spanked. You need to get spanked. It's Write Your Own Country Song today. I did my best twangy voice there. All right, folks. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Do not lose your focus and attention just because you're going nuts that I'm playing country music on this show. That's one of the genres that I do. Come on now. Y'all know who this is. Buddy.
Oh, they never got spanked. There ain't no sense in lecturing all night there in the kitchen. That wooden spoon still got the power if you know how to use it. And I see the world so clearly now that 30 years have passed. I deserve about every single whooping on my...
Okay, we won't hear that word again, but I think you get the picture.
Well, you probably already know that when you hear that sound, there's music on the way. After all, this is kind of a music show. Sit back and enjoy. All the music can be easily found on your favorite digital distribution channels. Turn up the volume and here we go.
If you really want it, come get it. I know my God loves it, he's in it. This is Black and White.
The most segregated time in our country is Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. Black churches, white churches right next door. They're on the same block, both with hands raised high to Jesus. Still a million miles between us. Black people, white people, remember the God who made you and me equal. And not some people, but all people, remember the God who made you and me equal. We all want to walk with Jesus. We all want to be about His will. How do we break down the unseen walls where bridges need to be built? A song may not change your mind, but Jesus won't let me keep it inside. Black people, white people, remember the God who made you and me equal. And not some people, but all people, remember the God.
think you understand what's going on here. Newton, a little assist, please. For those of you who never got spanked, you're probably looking at me like you're crazy. Like I'm crazy. Like I'm crazy today. And anyway, if you want to use my version of the country song, an addendum to Buddy's song, or you want to help me complete that song, come on. We're taking one, we take it on. Forrest Frank, help us out with this, because there's some people who are looking at me like I'm crazy today talking about spanking kids. You cannot come out in public and talk about spanking kids, can you? I just did. And I think Buddy is absolutely right. After 30 years of reflection or so, I might be a little bit older than he is. Every spanking that I got, I deserved. Should have got more because I got away with a lot of stuff. I was kind of sneaky. Like, should have got more spankings. And they had a purpose. And I'm going to talk about the purpose behind that and the wisdom of God here in just a few moments. A little lighthearted look at some of this, but I want to be serious at the end of the show. But Forrest Frank, could you help us out?
It's time to ask yourself, who's your daddy now?
Yep. This person is saying, J. Robbins, thankful for my spankings. Spankings. That's what we're talking about today. Yeah, I don't know why that's not a number one hit. That song's fire. Song was fire today. But I do want to talk about something that is important in the context. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yo, 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 yo. All the folks that are out there that are watching today, thank you guys so much for watching and commenting on the show. It helps the algorithm to know that we are about these spankings up in this thing. So you saw a picture of hooliganism there. You saw spankings and kind of deterrent to those things. The P word, if you're filling out, how many letters do we have? How many can you buy a vowel? Buy a vowel if you want to. There's a couple of vowels in there. Yeah, there's a couple of vowels in there. And it's an E. So I'm helping you out here. It's not parents, but it's a P word. Can you guess what that word is? Can you type it in the comment section? Can you guess where it is that I'm going today when I talk about this next part? But I wish that the church had some common sense. I don't even know where to put this category, but since I'm seeing kids do crazy stuff, I wanted to show you guys just a few moments of this, because the church, I don't know how you guys let this go on. I don't know how you let this go on. I don't get it. I just don't understand. You say parents just don't understand. You can easily add myself to that category. Erskine just don't understand. Because Erskine just don't understand. Well, help me out with this. Help me out.
You tell me how to preach, and I'm sorry. The Lord called me to preach, and nobody else called me but the Lord. My mama didn't do it. My mama didn't sign me up for it. My daddy didn't sign me up for it. And let me tell you something, the most best thing that ever happened in my life is when I let Jesus in the chamber of my life. I wasn't worried about my friends. I wasn't worried about the home. Let me tell you something, that's the best thing that you could ever do. You say, let me tell you something, I tried everything in 2025, but you didn't try Jesus.
Just so we don't think that it's just white style churches. First of all, if I'm at a church and somebody's going off like this and you're the musicians and you're in the background, I literally would stop playing. I would get up and I would walk out. Well, this has become a clown show. This is absolutely a clown show. And every adult that is behind these kids that are up there parading and making a fool of themselves and making a mockery of the pulpit, standing behind the sacred desk and acting like absolute nincompoops, just like those hooligans in Detroit need to get their rear ends. See, I didn't cuss. Need to get their rear ends spanked. So too do these people who are getting up and making a mockery of God. They need to get spanked, and the adults who enfranchise this, they also need to get spanked. Got a message for these kids. Sit down. Shut up.
These are the same little kids who grow up to do stupid stuff like this.
Oh, this is unwatchable. This literally is unwatchable. I can't. I gotta stop. I thought I could watch more of this, but this literally has caused my show at this point to be unwatchable. And I do apologize, folks. I can't even get the screen orientation right at this point. Newton, I almost fell off of my own show. I'm down in the corner in my own show. I don't even know what's going on around here. Oh, y'all need to stop. What is going on? What is going on? I don't know. I don't know. And I remember I was about the age of about 15, 16 years old. I'd been a Christian for about 4 years. My pastor, who was in seminary at the time, he had been watching me. And so I'd gotten saved. And so I'm translating from being this bad little kid that everybody in the church knew as just some little hellion in the church. They had to put up with me. They had to put up with me. To this kid that sits on the front row, takes notes, becomes a junior usher, opens and closes the doors of church, serves church. Been doing that for about 2 or 3 years. And the pastor says, I want you to, and my Sunday school teachers was like, hey, you seem to really love studying this stuff. And so I'm going to give you the quarterly. And so on Sunday mornings, you just teach. I don't know that was the wisest thing to do, but I did love studying. I wouldn't have handled that differently, but my Sunday school teacher was a woman, and no offense or anything to her. I don't think she just knew any better. And the questions that I was asking in class, I don't know that she knew how to answer those questions or was committed enough to go and find the answers to kind of keep me in the place where I needed to be and her. Anyway, all that to simply say, there was massive opposition to me going into the adult class and studying, experiencing God with the adults, because many of the adults knew me when I was younger, and they said, he's not going to study. He's not going to read this stuff. He's not going to be prepared to have answers in class. And I was prepared. But I don't fault them for the impulse that says he's young. Maybe we're letting him do too much stuff when he was young. And I know that there's a point in discipleship in which you got to bring people along, but I'm not mad at them for having that objection. I look at this and I listen to what it is that these young men are talking about. My mama and my daddy didn't call me to this. God called me to this, and talking about his friends. And how many friends do you have? You're like 8 years old. How many friends do you have that have asked you to go out and do drugs and to go and be a part of the thug lifestyle, or the different transitions that your voice hadn't even changed yet? Like, what things have you actually gone through that have caused you to have to prove out your faith, whether or not it's genuine or not? And this young man is talking about marching all over the stage and parading the different things that have happened to him in his life. You're like 9 years old. What has happened to you in your life? Like, I have no respect whatsoever about you trying to talk to adults about how hard your life has been and what you have had to overcome as a 9-year-old when you're still in your mom and daddy's house and they're doing everything for you. You got 3 hots and a cot every day for the foreseeable future for the next 9 years of your life. You ain't never had a day where you had to struggle. And there's people out there who legitimately have struggled. They have cancer. They have people loved ones who have perished, people who have passed away, and you're out there preaching to them as though you're the authority over them. That's a bad look. Spank them. Just spank them. Just spank them. All right. Show is just about over for today. Yeah, I know. Show is just about over for today. If you would please. Oh, here's my word for today. Don't tune out before you see my word. The word is presence, because I think a lot of people get caught up on this idea of spanking. Can we make this more dramatic? I don't know. I feel like, oh yeah, we can make this more dramatic because we can authenticate the show. Newton is telling me you haven't authenticated the show yet, so people are struggling as to whether or not this is the real Erskine or some fake version of Erskine. Sorry, I'll authenticate and then I'll say the word is presence. All right, Dolphin Nation. The word is presence. See, what we can't do is we can't spank kids as foster kids. Can't spank them. But what is required, in addition to just spanking, because that's never isolated, the context of spanking comes from the context of parenting, and present in the context of parenting is the word, if you got all the vowels and the P word, is presence. Presence. My life dramatically began to change when there are people who offered presence in my life. Outside people. When I was raised by a single parent mom as a latchkey kid in Austin, Texas. There were people who had presence in my life. And I would say if you're a dad, your presence in the lives of your kids is going to be profound. Your presence requires you, necessitates that you be vigilant. Your presence requires that you be on guard and on alert for dangers that may harm your kids. And as a result of that, there is a loving experience that takes place. There is a guarding, a shepherding experience that takes place there that will guard young people from a myriad of disastrous things. My late grandfather, I was raised by my grandparents. This is one of the things that I remember. There was one time I was at a track meet, and he said, fine, go to the track meet, hang out with your friends, be home at a certain time. I said, yes, sir. Here we go. Well, I started having fun at the track meet. So I decided I'm not coming home. I'll come home when I want to come home. And so I'll shorten this story because this is the very end of the show. I got a spanking. I got a spanking. And that was my first spanking from him. That was the last spanking I ever got from him. He didn't have to spank me after that. All he had to say was, be home at a certain time. I said, yes, sir. Now, grandmama, we cross her all the time. We doing this all the time. There's a weak link in the chain. But grandfather, presence was enough. And so I would just say to you guys, if you're on the fence about spanking, it's like, it really hurts. It's going to hurt the kids. It hurts my heart. It's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. If you're one of those parents that's on the fence about spanking kids, you sure better have your presence in their lives. Presence, presence, presence. But I vote for spanking.
We have come to the end of this episode. Don't miss a final word from Erskine.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of the Erskine Music Podcast experience. To all of our guests that come on the show and for all of our sponsors, thank you guys so much for being a part of it. And for you who listen to the show, you and I, we make this thing happen by simply being kind to one another in the comment section and then going as followers of Christ and living this thing out. If anybody needs more information, erskinemusic.com is where you start, and then all the nonsense starts, all the social media that's out there. But let's go live it out. See you guys very soon.
I'm on go mode, no sleep. Chasing what they said I couldn't reach. Fuel in my veins, push, repeat.